Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, a little bit of good news, bad news when you talk about Volkswagen AG. Let's start with the good news, that being their World Rally Championship team and their French-born rally driver, Sébastien Ogier. The day of the taping of this particular program, he clinched his fourth ever World Rally Championship title with a win at Rally Catalunya, which puts him in some pretty rarefied air. Only 4 folks have actually won 4 World Rally Championship titles, oddly enough, from only 2 different countries. One of them being a French-born driver, Sebastian Loeb, fellow countryman, and the other 2 both Finnish-born, one being Juha Kankinen, the other being Tommi Mäkinen. Some pretty rarefied air for those 4 guys to be the only 4-time champions inside of the sport. Mr. Ogier now can hang his hat on some of the real rally legends alongside those folks. Volkswagen didn't wrap up the Manufacturers' Championship as a pair of their automobiles had some issues inside of Rally Catalunya, ended up not finishing the event, and the Hyundai Group actually finished all of their cars across the finish line getting points, so they closed up the gap, but there's still a good chance that Volkswagen will wrap up that championship in the next couple of rallies. Now that we talked about the good news, now let's talk about the bad news, because apparently there's a couple of more of casualties of the whole Dieselgate scandal, and those both coming from the folks over at Audi. One of them being, remember the R8 E-Tron, that 4 hub motors electric powered R8? Well, apparently that vehicle will be no more. If you've already got your order in on one of those machines, the order will be completed. But from here forth, they will not be taking orders, and once all the vehicles are built, it will be over for good, which is a sad situation, even though they only built a handful of those E-Trons. Then the big shocker came down as the World Endurance Championship team that has absolutely dominated endurance racing, especially the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the all-reigning diesel Audi team that have really brought back diesels back to endurance racing and have just absolutely crushed the competition over the past several years. Apparently that will be no more after the year of 2017. There is a lot of rumors that Audi and Volkswagen too may go into Formula E. Obviously, Volkswagen having to do a big electrified force in the automobile world, so this may be a better fit for those two. So we'll wait and see on this, but it is going to be a shocker in a couple of years not to see an Audi factory team at Le Mans. So we'll have to wait and see on these situations, but definitely some sad situation for groups under the Volkswagen AG umbrella. In some happier news, Honda's showing off the brand new CRV, which I have to say looks pretty doggone good, especially a lot better than the outgoing machine. This vehicle gets a lot of upgrades. In fact, it's longer overall. It's got a longer wheelbase. It's also an inch taller. The vehicle also has an active aero situation with shutters in the front of the machine that are open for cooling but will close to allow the vehicle to get a little bit better aerodynamics and be able to get a little bit better fuel economy. It's also got the foot-activated rear liftgate. You've heard of this situation before where there's a sensor underneath the bumper. You can wave your foot under with the key in hand and the liftgate will open, especially when you got your hands full of groceries or shopping needing to go into the back. The vehicle will have a returning engine, that being the 2.4 liter, normally aspirated 4, making 185 horsepower. It's also got a brand new power plant, being a 1.5 liter twin turbocharged 4, making 190 horsepower. Both of these being shifted through a CVT transmission. Honda has yet to release pricing or availability on these machines, but we'll keep you in tune on the Facebook page over the next several weeks. Last up on the list, I've kind of been waiting for some more news to trickle down after this vehicle made its Paris Auto Show debut. And this is the road-going version of the Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus. This is the SCG003. This particular machine has been raced over the past several years with varied success, using a Honda Source 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6. As far as the road-going version, Only thing we know about this machine is it's going to have a 4.4 liter twin turbocharged unit, but they haven't said how many cylinders it'll have. Whether it's going to have V6, V8, maybe a V10, or even a V12 that has been rumored inside of this machine. There is a rumor that that 4.4 liter twin turbocharged V8 that's like in the BMW M5 could make a triumphant return into this machine as well. No word on the transmission either, assuming that it's going to have a dual clutch transmission back behind that twin turbo lump. They're talking about 750 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, and a top speed of 217 miles an hour. Like I said, I stopped to talk about this when this vehicle debuted because they didn't release enough information, at least as far as I was concerned. I'm hoping that more would come out over the next week or so, but haven't heard anything as of yet. But we'll definitely keep you in tune if we hear more. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. The link's down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. Get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.